Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. I'm David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338. And before we get started with doing anything, first, let me inform you. I was supposed to have a guest. Supposed to. Was all confirmed and everything. Mike, he was going to be on the preceding show with John Hopwood. Of course, we get here, no John Hopwood, so no guest on his show, which was also going to be the guest on my show, Michael Martineau. So, lo and behold, guess who doesn't have a guest? Lo and behold, all you lucky folks out there get me solo for the whole hour. So there you have it. So, just so you know, naturally we have our inspirational quote. We have our fun facts, which I kept them short today because I was expecting a guest. So what can you do? Anyway, so just so you know, we're not going to get bored. Well, we never do. I have my very informative iPhone 8 right here. We can get headlines. I also have my Constitution of the United States that we can go over also. So we can also talk about, well, we'll get headlines off see what we like for headlines here. We can comment on them and give our opinion, right? We'll solve all the problems of the world in 60 minutes or less. So there you have it. So, again, anybody out there wants free mediumship, 603-404-9338. Also, you can reach me at biffid, biffid @yahoo.com. There you have it. You can get a free mediumship reading. Like I said, it's been happening very sparsely, so I could go for some practice. So there you have it. All right, so what do you say? Let's get going. No phone calls till I'm done with this list at least. All right, so have some patience while I'm reading this. Of course, you only have to listen. You don't have to watch me because you can hear what I'm saying. You can get your hot toddy, you can get your cup of cocoa, you can get your cup of tea, you can have a beer, although it's kind of crisp out today for a beer. I would go for, I don't know, maybe a nice glass of wine or red wine, because that's room temperature, not white wine that's chilled. Or, nice cocktail, martini, whatever. Just relax. I hope everyone had plenty of turkey last Thursday. A nice, fun Thanksgiving. I know I did. I went down to my cousin's down in Everett, Mass. There were only 4 of us. And my poor cousin, the food that he made, and only 4 people ended up showing up. So, but it was still a lot of fun. We had, first, I always bring wine. So we had wine. And then he had this fancy bottle of whiskey that one of the guys brought last year. So we had shots of whiskey. I only had one. Yeah, I only had one. They had more. But the stuff that my cousin made, we had a spaghetti pie, which was fantastic, which was sort of like, I guess, a lazy man's lasagna. It was all, spaghetti for about like an inch thick with ricotta and hamburg in it, and naturally sauce. And then on the top, what did he have? He had some other kind of cheese on the top. Maybe mozzarella, I forget. But it was very, very tasty. It was delish. Then he had this other pie, that was it was rigatoni that had sausage, and that was like with cheese and like a creamy sauce in it that was out of this world. That was delish. We had a nice ham. We had nice turkey. The turkey came out mouth-watering, nice and tender. Plus we had, I'm gonna forget stuff. We had carrots. You cut them real thick. We had carrots. We had mashed potatoes, stuffing. Oh, we had also we had people are texting me that I don't know if it's a test for here or what, but it wasn't. Anyways, we had, and then he made this clam dish, little thing, that was served on clamshells, but fake clamshells that were absolutely out of this world. Anyway, so that was that. Naturally, I brought a lot of food home. Yum, yum, yum. Lucky me. And there you have it. I stayed several hours there, and boom, I was home. Not much after dark. Not much traffic. And boy, was I glad I was heading down to Everett and heading north. It was like almost rush hour, the traffic. I said, shoo. Thank God I'm not heading north. I was heading south against it, so fine. And then when I was heading home, it was the same thing. The traffic was heavy, heavy, heavy going south towards Boston. I was naturally coming up to the woods, so there wasn't a lot of traffic. So I was happy with that. All right, so now that we've got all that out of the way, will you say we start with the inspirational quote? And we have some interesting fun facts. All right, so here's the interesting quote today. There will be a few times in your life when all your instincts will tell you to do something that defies logic, upsets your plans, and may seem crazy to others. When that happens, you do it. Listen to your instincts and ignore everything else. Ignore logic, ignore the odds, ignore the complications, and just go for it. That's Judith McNaught, Remember When. So let's go over it again, and I'll add a little narrative, all right? Because I talk about it all the time. Listen to your inner self. Listen to your spirit side. Listen to your spirit. Listen to your gut, whatever you want to call it. It never steers you wrong. And what do I always say? Let go of control. A good one for this is, I've said it before, I've stole it to his face I don't know how many times. But what happens is my brother, he has to be in total control of every little molecule that comes into his space. And what does he do? He sort of defies fate, and the next thing you know, he's a woe is me, I don't know what to do, and I keep making bad decisions. It's like, well, duh. If you listen to your inner self, if you listen to your spirit, your gut, your instinct, you'd be a lot better off. But it's just repetitive with him, poor guy. It's just one after the other of misdiagnosis of what's really going on with him, because he has to be in control of everything, and he just keeps making these missteps and falling constantly. As soon as he gets up, he falls. From that, it's like, listen to your gut, let go of control. So one more time. There will be a few times in your life when all your instincts will tell you to do something that defies logic, upsets your plans, and may seem crazy to others. When that happens, you do it. Listen to your instincts and ignore everything else. Ignore logic, ignore the odds, ignore the complications, and just go for it. Judith McNaught again, Remember When. All right, so there you go. So, for the interesting fun facts today, we're going to talk, they're quick, they're short ones, is about soap. And just everybody knows I grew up in Medford. But speaking of Medford, hello, Gina. I grew up in Medford, and I grew up on Wall Street, no less. The street behind me was Gaston Street. But if you went down my street, if you came out of my house and took a right and you went down 1, 2, 3 houses, between 3 and 4 houses, the house in street and back, Gaston Street, was a pretty big yard. I remember it was a white house. They had a fenced-in patio, nice. I forget the lady's name, but she used to make soap, and I remember she would make it in these big tables. I don't know how big they were, because, you know, you're a kid, a little kid. I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, who knows, but, you know, when you're that age, everything looks gigantic. But she would make it in these big tubs of soap, and I remember she would let them always set in the sun. Imagine. So that was that. So the interesting fun facts today is about soap. Interesting fun fact number 1. Soap making dates back to ancient civilizations, with evidence of early soap production found in ancient Mesopotamia around 2800 BC. Interesting fun fact number 2. Soap is created through a process called saponification, where fats or oils combine with an alkali such as sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, resulting in the formation of soap molecules. Imagine. And I always wondered how soaps work, so pay attention for this one. Interesting fun fact number 3. The unique structure of soap molecules allows them to bind with both water and oil molecules. These enable soap to lift dirt, oil, and bacteria from surfaces and wash them away. Now I know how it works. I always was curious how it works. Interesting fun fact number 4. Soap disrupts the protective outer layer of viruses, including coronaviruses such as SARS-CoV-2, rendering them inactive and incapable of infecting us. So next time, right, they want to jab you with God knows what, with God knows what side effects. Wash with soap. Buy an 89-cent bar of soap, or they're probably $1.29 now with Bidenomics. All right, interesting fun fact number 5. Get this one. This is how you get ripped off. Contrary to popular belief, regular soap is just as effective at removing bacteria as antibacterial soap. See that? They're ripping you off. So it just goes to show you it all depends on marketing, right? Antibacterial soap, and what do? Charge you a bunch more change for it. The key, so let me start over because I wasn't finished with it, just so it makes complete sense. Contrary to popular belief, regular soap is just as effective at removing bacteria as antibacterial soap. The key lies in proper hand washing techniques and the mechanical action of scrubbing. That must sort of, I don't know, break down the virus or something, but pretty simple, huh? And so next time they tell you to, stay inside for 2 weeks, wear masks, don't breathe, don't talk to people, don't get within 6 feet of someone, don't hug them, don't kiss your loved ones, right? Just buy some soap and use this. All right. Interesting fun fact number 6. Most soaps are formulated to have a slightly alkaline pH, around 9 to 10, which helps to maintain the natural pH balance of our skin. There you go. Interesting fun fact number 7. Soap can be made from natural ingredients. I thought they were. Many artisanal and homemade soaps are crafted using natural, crafted, that was a typo on my part. Many artisanal and homemade soaps are crafted using natural oils and herbs, providing additional benefits and pleasant fragrances. Anything with natural oils and herbs, right? How can you go wrong? Interesting fun fact number 8. While soap is generally safe for external use, ingesting soap can lead to nausea, vomiting, and gastrointestinal distress due to its chemical composition. So, right, remember when we were kids, if your mother heard you say an F-bomb or a net, right, talking fresh, what would she say? Where's that bar of soap? No wonder we used to shiver. We didn't even know why. So there you have it. She never used it, though. All right, interesting fun fact number 9. Soap has a wide range of uses beyond personal hygiene. Get this. Here we are getting ripped off again with, spray and wash and all those types of things. Get this. And, Raid, roach killer. Get this. Soap has a wide range of uses beyond personal hygiene, including stain removal. I'm assuming they mean stain removal on clothes. Lubrication, for those of you who don't have any KY handy, soap. Pest control, and even creating art. How cool is that? And finally, interesting fun fact, number 10. I was always curious about this too, so heads up on this one. Listening ears. The size and texture of soap bubbles depend on the type of oil or fat used in soap making. I always thought about that. How come some bubbles are big and some bubbles aren't so big? Now we know why. So there you have it. There's the interesting fun facts today. Anybody want to make any comments? You got an opinion on anything? You want to talk about a certain subject? Call us up, 603-640-3091. I'll answer the phone. There you have it. How can you go wrong with that? First-time callers, if you haven't called in a couple of months, you want a reading, 603-640-3091. Until that happens, I'm debating if we should, should we look at our very informative iPhone 8 and peruse some headlines, or shall we go over the Constitution? All right, I'm going to go over the Constitution because I think everybody should know about it. I don't think they teach it anymore and haven't for quite some time. But like I said, I grew up in Medford when I was in grade school. We went over it all the time, our teacher, in the Constitution. And I think that's a big problem today with what's going on in America. People just do not know their rights, nor do they give a crap. And as I always say at the end, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. And look what's happening, because there are a ton of dummies out there. Hold on. Thank you. So, we started on Article 1 naturally, which was the legislative powers and stuff. So I'll just read the last one we were on. We were on Section 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The last paragraph, I read Section 2, Paragraph 5, which is When vacancies happen in the representation from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancies. I guess the executive authority would be the governor, right? So there you have it. And now the last paragraph for Article 1, Section 2 is, the House of Representatives shall choose their Speaker and other officers, and shall have the sole power of impeachment. So when these other idiots tell you otherwise, now you know, all right? That's why, the Senate gets upset, I guess. All right. Article 1, Section 3. We switch to the Senate now. The Senate, that's 100 of them, the Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, parentheses, chosen by the legislature thereof, close parentheses, for 6 years, and each senator shall have 1 vote. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. It's the energy lady. How are you? Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
I had a fantastic Thanksgiving, energy lady. I had a lot of fun with my 2 cousins and this only one other guy came, and he didn't bring his wife this time because I guess he was a little upset with us. So, because she said she didn't want to stay so long at my cousin, so he said he was going without her. Imagine. How was yours?
Wow.
Yeah, we had tons of food, though. It was a lot of fun, a lot of guy talk, which is fun. So, imagine.
I can imagine about the guy talk. Woo!
over Thanksgiving dinner, no less. Imagine. So, yeah, we didn't hear, no complaints or anything. So, it's just the 4 of us, which is good. A lot of car talk. What can I tell you? A lot of car talk. So there you go.
I knew I'd get a big smile out of you.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
Hey,
we all had enough to eat.
And me.
We got stuff. Everything from soup to nuts to turkey to ham to anything you mentioned.
Now, did you have it at your place or did you visit?
My place.
All right. How many people?
I had my daughter, granddaughter, husbands, us, the animals.
Wow, how many animals?
Well, I have 1 animal.
Any others?
No.
Wow.
We fed some of the neighbors' dogs.
Oh, nice. That was good. That was good. And, of course, I brought ham home and turkey home, so naturally I had to share it with, my cat Fred. He had some.
Of course. Right. They have to have their Thanksgiving meal, too.
Exactly. That's right. So you have, what'd you have, turkey, ham?
I had turkey, I had ham, I had mashed potatoes, I had carrots, I had butternut squash, I had winter squash, summer squash, stuffing, cranberry sauce, pearly onions, I had green beans,
wow,
gravy, you name it.
Wow, you did have it all.
And I put the nice pineapples around the ham with the cherries.
Uh-huh. Wow.
And we had dessert. We had cannolis. My daughter brought cannolis over. She brought 2 different types of rolls over. She brought me cream puffs. She brought me... I pigged out.
I don't blame you. I would have too, and especially I love cannolis and I love cream puffs. I would have... definitely wouldn't have been any left if I was there. Imagine.
Oh, and cupcakes, too.
Oh, we had cupcakes. That's right. My cousin did make cupcakes. I think it was a red velvet one and just a vanilla one.
Well, she got all that stuff from Tripoli.
Well, I don't know where that is.
That's in Lawrence.
Ah, is she a Massachusetts girl?
Well, yeah, I am too, but I lived up this way for 45 years.
Wow.
Hey, I'm half Italian and Irish. What do you want?
There you go. What part of Mass are you from, Energy Lady?
Lawrence and Methuen.
Ah.
What do you think?
All right. Well, I grew up in Medford. It was practically all Italian and Irish when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Come sta?
That's right. With all the gumas and gumbas.
Come sta means how are you? Come scama means what's your name? Benaka means wait a minute.
What? See, look at that. We will get to learn. I'm sure it's not Gaelic. It must be Italian.
Yes, Italian. Gaelic is unga
I had neighbors that spoke Gaelic. They had the big, the big
And
heavy.
juicy butts means what are you crazy?
And naturally, I know Italian swear words from my grandmother
Oh,
saying.
no. I won't go there.
Well, I won't right now, but I know them from my grandmother. Oops.
Well, if you were from Massachusetts, do you know what their lingo is?
What?
Linga.
that's right.
We ring a bell.
That's right. Exactly. That's right. That's right. Hey, listen. Let me ask you, who's been who's been edgy lately? Who's sort of been climbing the walls and.
Oh, but the person got over it.
Oh, all right, good, because I see that here. Well, that's good to know. Good to know. I know. Let me see what else I got in here. But I had to say that because that was just jumping at me. I have my little tiny smoky quartz crystal ball. Let me see if anything jumps else. I'm trying. Well, are you sure it's all done, or they just bottled it up for the time being?
Who knows? People go off and on, but I don't care. I'm me, and they know who I am.
Exactly. That's right, and me. And, well, I'm getting the letters here, ZV, or VZ, if that means anything to you. But that's in here coming up crystal clear. So...
ZZ could be music.
No, V, like Victor Zinc or Zinc Victor.
V.
VZ, right.
Okay.
Right, I know ZZ could be ZZ Top.
No. When you play a song on a CD or VZ.
When you play a song on a CD, what?
CD player, CD?
Yeah, I have one. Yeah.
You play your music?
Yeah, and what about it? So hey, then I got another. Who's the real dainty one around you? Who's very dainty? I see that around you, right? Or someone very,
my friend.
very,
My friend.
very dainty. Man,
My friend.
wow, see that? Just you're in.
To dress up dainty.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, I could see it, curtsying and everything. But so you're on her mind.
I'm on her. Oh, we always talk to each other. We hang around a lot.
Oh, see, well, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah, we're very good friends.
Let me finally see if I can get you the Powerball numbers for tonight. I don't really see them coming up. Let me see if I see any numbers at all. Hold on, give me a second. They were popping up before the show. Now I don't see too many popping up. Hold on. All right, I got one now. This is 717. So there you go. Do you know anybody born on 7/17, July 17th? I see 7174. Let's even go play the daily number. 7174. And
My daughter's address.
What is?
117.
Not bad. See that? Imagine that. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, but I said 717, didn't I? Yeah, 717. So that's 77, but close. But close.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. See, now the numbers are popping out. Now I see the number 213. Oh, they're all popping out in threes now. 213.
That's 213, my mother's old mailbox number.
There you go. That's funny. But that's, yeah, they're popping out. So there you have it. Now, do you do Christmas decorations, by the way?
Oh, yeah, I got my tree up.
Well, I don't get a tree because it's just, if I get a tree, the cat thinks it's for him to tear down and knock over, so I don't get a tree.
Well, you have to hang it up high.
Well, wait, I used to have a tiny one, right? And,
Yeah.
like a couple of feet tall, right? So, because I had real trees, he knocked it down, so then I got a small fake tree, and I put it up on top of the fridge. Didn't he figure out how to jump up on the chair and then jump up on the table and jump over to the counter and then jump up the top of the fridge to get the tree? I'm telling you.
They're noted for height. Cats love height.
Yep, and this one sure
They're very
does.
independent,
To say the least, they are.
and they own their spot.
You ain't kidding. You're not kidding, they do. I know Fred does. He knows it. He
Are you
knows
dressing
it.
them up for Christmas?
What for the month of Christmas?
Yeah.
What?
You got to get him a little sweater or something.
Yeah, but he's an indoor cat. He's the first cat I've had that's never been out because I live on the
Take him
third floor.
out.
No, it's the funniest thing. When I lived in Lowell, I had a harness and a leash, right? And we'd go out, and it was, he would go out on it. But since I moved up to New Hampshire, I did the same thing with the harness and the leash. As soon as we get out the door, he just wants to go right back in. I don't know why. I think he's...
Do you live high? Do you live in a high rise or a high place?
No, it's only 4 stories. I live on the 3rd floor. But the thing is...
I'm saying you live high up there, so he likes it out the window probably.
Well, he loves it out the window because he's got his perch right in front of the window. He loves that because he sees...
That's why he doesn't want to go out.
Right,
You
but...
see everything, just like New York.
Oh, that could be because in Lowell we lived on the 1st floor and, so he could see. And I think it's the funniest thing because I'd take him around in Lowell, we'd walk around and, let's face it, we didn't go really, really far. We'd go a block or so, but you could always, it was one of those big old mill buildings. So, wherever we were, he'd look around and check and the thing would be in sight. You know what I mean? Plus...
Yeah, it was too close for it.
Yeah, plus...
They like height.
Yeah, plus living on the 1st floor, he knew the window. I would unhook the leash and he'd run back and sit in front of the window of the apartment. Imagine that was...
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but since I moved up here, he doesn't like to go out. So I don't know if he goes out on the balcony, so...
You're probably more busy, though, and always on the run, too. Doing this job, going here, going there.
Well...
It's hard.
It is. It's true. Of course, especially still down at the Elks, they put me, I told them 3 shifts ideal. They put me on 3 shifts for 1 week. Now I'm back on 4. Of course,
Oh, wow.
So, right. I said, what can you do? It's this holiday season. They're a little bit busy. So I said, all right, but I laugh. It's so much for 3 shifts a week. But that's
wow.
all right. I know. Anyway, I don't mind working because I think my next trip, I want to go to Buenos Aires. So I figure,
Oh.
And
It's up there.
You mean down there? So
Down there, up there, wherever.
Well, I always remember this is,
South America.
Right, I always loved geography, but I can remember, like in junior high, we had to take geography, right? That was required. And I always remember, different countries and stuff. But when I was in junior high, I always wanted to go there because in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, they have the widest avenue in the world.
Wow.
So it's like 7 lanes of traffic each way. So I always wanted to go. So I figure, you know, I'm old, so, right?
Oh, you're so old. How old are you?
I'm 70.
You're young.
Well, you know, and
I'm 78.
I feel young. I feel young, so that's the main thing. So I figure, well, I'm, you know.
He feels young, but he looks old, he says. Oh, my God.
No, I didn't say I look old. I don't think I look
Well,
old.
you said I'm an old man.
Well, I am if you just look at the age, but not if you look at
But
me.
I think young. You're funny.
All right. Anyway, so
What happened?
well, I took a sip of water. You know, I'm by
I
myself.
lost my video. I lost my voice.
Uh-oh. All right. Anyway, Energy Lady, I'm gonna let you go. By the way, I put my Christmas decorations up December 1st. I put candles in the window. I put lights on the
Oh,
balcony.
nice.
I put up Santa Clauses, you know, a few Santas and stuff like that.
I'll let you go.
All right, thanks for
Okey
calling.
dokey. God bless and stay happy, healthy, and strong.
Thanks, and you,
Have
and
a good night.
stay warm. Good night. Thanks. Bye.
Yep, bye-bye.
All right, so look at that. One satisfied customer for Thanksgiving. Fantastic, wonderful, heartfelt Thanksgiving. What it's all about. All right, so where were we? I was just starting. All right, so we going over the Constitution, and I did Section 3. I'll start again. The Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, chosen by the legislature thereof, for 6 years, and each senator shall have 1 vote. Thank God. All right, second paragraph, next paragraph. Immediately after they shall be assembled in consequence of the first election, they shall be divided as equally as may be into 3 classes. The seats, whoops. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today? Good afternoon.
Not doing anything. I'm with the volume up.
Wait, you sounding like you're in a bubble. Let's try again. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, there he is, Mr. Whoopi. Now he's coming through. Before you just went, blah, blah, blah. That's good. There you are, there you are. What's going on?
Nothing much.
So, you had a nice
Getting ready waiting for the pre-election in January.
Oh, that's right. I know. I get bombarded with texts and stuff and emails. I love it. I was, you know, because it's my first sort of presidential election living up here.
Yeah.
Right. I never, you know, of course you hear about it when you don't live here. Even living in Mass, you hear about it all the time. You know, the first primary and this and that. But when you live here, it's like it takes on it's like a whole nother beast. It's, you know, you don't have a clue on how involved these candidates really get until you live here. It amazes me. I'm impressed at the same time.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So, did you have a nice Thanksgiving, by the way?
Oh, terrific. It was like a buffet.
Nice.
Everything was put out in containers, and you grabbed your plate and you just walked up. You know,
Yeah.
everybody got in line, and they was out there whatever they wanted. Didn't know the stuff themselves or nothing.
Nice. And did you get to take food home?
No, I ate at home.
Oh, well, good for you. Good for
Didn't
you.
have to go anywhere.
Well, that's always nice.
Sat there. Yeah, I sat there and watched the football games.
Nice. We didn't watch football games down my cousins. We were watching car shows. Because one of my cousins,
Good old Patriots.
you know,
Hey, the Patriots going to win a game this year, you know.
maybe. maybe. You know, I'm so glad because I bartend on Sundays
Yeah.
when the games are on. So when the games are on, the place is crowded, and thank God I'm busy that I don't have to watch the game and cringe. Because I'm busy, so I only have to listen to it. You, so I'm glad for that. You think they're gonna win You think they're gonna win a game before when?
Well, how many games are they? Let's see. They already played 10, right?
I think so. It's like Chinese torture
So
watching them.
they got half a dozen games to go. They're guaranteed to win at least one more.
You think so? We'll see what
I
happens.
don't know which one.
We'll see what. Hey, who's AJ or JA? I'm just it's jumping out at me.
Okay.
AJ or JA?
Yeah, I got a.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
only because it's
I'm trying to think.
jumping at me. It's jumping at me.
I got to remember that one.
Yeah. And
AJ,
see what
AJ,
happens.
AJ.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. And then
I
there's
got a relative somewhere with that initials.
all right, and I'm sure, and then who's someone close with a cat. I see that also. Could be your neighbor. I don't know, but someone close to you with a cat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The cat comes over and does his business in our yard and takes off, and he goes and across the street and does the same thing.
There you go. They do it all over.
The neighborhood cat.
Right. I still.
But they don't.
They don't what?
But they don't do it in their own yard.
Yeah, because that they know it's their yard, so they don't want to have any predators knowing that there's a cat there, so they go other places to do their business. Just in case they don't do a good job of covering it, then that's how the predators find them. So they stay away from that. And then all right, here.
And sometimes
Yeah.
Sometimes dogs go after that to consume it.
I never really watched that.
They do. No, but if a cat drops his business, and a dog walks by and smells it, he'll go over there and take a bite of it.
Doesn't sound too
Doesn't harm him. It's just disgusting.
Well, it is. It doesn't. Doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't sound too appetizing. Wow.
No.
Wow.
So what's new with the crystal ball?
Well, I was just going to say, I got the number here, 37, 3773, whatever. Before you heard them jumping out, or if you were listening, they were jumping out 3 at a time, and even 4 at a time. Let's see if we can get anything good. What else is happening with the crystal ball here? Well, this is, wow, somebody somebody's sort of feeling all of a sudden lately, they're feeling very, very spiritual and connected with the higher realm, if you want. I see that, and it's someone, they're feeling that way so much that they're even going to mention it to other people. So it's not like, you're going to have to guess who it is. They're just going to tell you how elated they've been feeling. I mean, so, whether they know they're in tune with the spirit realm or not, I don't know, but they're going to just let you know how wonderful they've been feeling lately. And they don't know why, maybe. They don't know why, maybe. And, well, here we go again. Don't ask me. What? Go ahead.
What? Go ahead.
I was going to say, here we are. I see a lobster dinner coming your way. So, don't ask me. Maybe.
I just finished supper.
Yeah, but was it lobster? No, this is
No lobster.
all right. Well, this is coming your way. This is coming your way.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not your supper, but I'm gonna say between now and within 3 weeks, I see lobster dinner coming your way, and then who's got the bird bath? I see someone around you with a bird bath. Don't ask me why it's coming up this time of year. I'm sure it's probably empty and the birds are all gone south, but except for the pigeons.
No, they're not. They're still around.
Right, but I
I got a
don't.
bird bath in my yard.
Who, you do?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but what's around?
It got.
It's not.
I got rose bush around it.
Ah, nice. Yeah, but what's around for birds now? All the birds left except for the, what, pigeons and those, I don't know, what are those? Those
Crows.
crows, but those tiny little,
Geese.
I know, the tiny birds. What are they? I don't know what they are.
Swallows.
I don't know.
I don't know. But
They're not
there's
that big.
ice all over the bird bath.
See, so,
And
well,
the only bird on it is Woodstock.
is what?
Is Woodstock.
Woodstock, that was a music festival.
No, that was the little bird with Snoopy.
Oh, I don't really remember that. Imagine, poor me. I must be
Oh,
getting.
come on, it was just on TV the other night.
I don't watch cartoons. I don't watch cartoons.
You watch the news programs.
I don't even watch those.
I'm a fan with the talk.
No, I watch once in a great while. You know what I watch? I put on Real America's Voice, believe it or not. I don't watch a lot of news. I told you, I love the first 48. That's my favorite show. And then I like the crime shows. Like there's one, I even forget the name of it, but I'll watch it with Nancy Grace. And she, goes over the crimes. I like Nancy Grace. She's kind of nice. So.
I watched one today all about the origination of the game Monopoly.
Really?
Started in the 1920s.
Yeah, where?
And how the pocket buttons, Salem, Mass.
That's right. When I was a kid driving through Salem, the thing was, their factory wasn't too far from the courthouse.
Right.
I remember that. Right. I know.
They started off with Monopoly, how they changed it, and they had different games and everything, Tiddlywinks, and remember Tiddlywinks?
I do. I remember that. Yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, they even mentioned that, and I said, it was on public television this afternoon.
I don't watch a lot of people. Well, I don't really get it. All I get I have a Roku, and all I pay for is Philo, so I can watch the first 48, and that has investigation discovery. That's a lot of crime, so I like that. And other than that, I don't pay for anything else, so it's whatever's on the Roku. But there's thousands and thousands of channels.
You
What?
like the crime shows, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe because I was a court stenographer for like over 40 years, so, being in with it, I go, right when I got home, I sort of needed that adrenaline rush all the time, so I keep watching it. That's what a friend of mine used to say anyway. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he used to say. That's because you're a court reporter, so you need that adrenaline rush all the time. So, and then up.
How's my girlfriend doing?
As well, we texted this morning. I told her I'd give her a call. We're gonna talk soon, but
I didn't know what I was talking about.
Because I just knew. I'm psychic. I could feel it. But we were texting this morning, and just so you'll know, I'm seeing on here. Let's see if this happens. we're going to hear about UFOs shortly for some reason. That's going to be coming up in some news article. So if you watch PBS, do you ever watch PBS NewsHour? Maybe it'll be coming up on that.
Yes.
Maybe it'll be coming up on that. So
Maybe
UFOs.
maybe the real thing will come over and pick up Joe.
I think that would be a treat for a lot of people. Right? It would certainly make a lot of people happy. So
We'll see. The January 23rd.
Right. What are we going to see?
Yeah, see who's going to be nominated.
Well, is it just a Republican that day, or is it both? I don't know.
I think it's full. It's full because they told Biden to put his name in too, you know.
Right, but he's not doing that because he's listening to his advisors, so he's not on the ballot. Imagine? So...
Yeah. People can write their names in, you know.
Well, naturally they will. I don't know how prevalent mail-in voting is up here, but probably all the mail-in voters will be voting for Joe. You know how that is. Don't get me going on that. Everybody says, what do they call it? A conspiracy theory. I don't know. You know the
Never
truth.
heard of it.
Right, me either. So, anyway, I don't see... That's about it. Who's got the Scotty dog? I see a Scotty dog around there also, somewhere close to you.
My aunt, many years ago, when I was a kid, had one.
I like
It was a black one.
Really? I thought they were cool. Those were a cool dog, those Scotty dogs. But anyway, Mr. Whoopi...
He was very...
What? Go ahead. He was...
When we lived and everything, we had a big driveway, right? Not fenced in at all. The dog would leave, come out of the house, go down the stairs, go in the driveway, walk around on the property, walk right up to the street, stop. Look up and down, go back in the yard.
That's funny. I used to have
Not across the street at all.
That's when I used to live in Malden, and it was not a main street, but it was fairly busy. I was like 2 blocks out of Malden Square, but I had this cat. It was the funniest thing. He'd go to the curb on the sidewalk. It was the funniest, and he'd sit down and he'd look both ways, and if he didn't hear a car, he would cross the street. And coming back, he would do the same thing. I used to laugh when I seen him do it. He'd sit and look like a person would before he crossed. But there you have it. Anyway, Mr. Whoopi, let me let you go because I only have like 7 minutes left. So. What? And I can't hear you anymore. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
Maybe they shut us off.
I hear you that time. All right.
See you later. Bye.
All right. Thanks for calling. Bye. All right. So there you have it. I don't have a lot of time left. 7 minutes total, but I got to get out early, well, a minute or two, so the other people can come in without having to boom, boom, rush. So we can go over. I was reading this one last paragraph. That's all I'm going to read. Immediately after they shall be assembled in consequence of the first election. We're talking about the Senate now and senators. They shall be divided as equally as may be into 3 classes. The seats, I guess I'm not. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today? All right. I guess I hit the button too many times. Whoever you were, if you want to call back quick or reach me outside on my email, on my readings guy phone. Sorry. All right, they shall be divided as equally as may be into 3 classes. The seats of the senators of the first class shall be vacated at the expiration of the second year of the second class at the expiration of the 4th year, and of the third class at the expiration of the 6th year, so that 1/3 may be chosen every second year. But how can it be a third if there's 100 of them? In parens, and if vacancies happen by resignation or otherwise during the recess of the legislature of any state, the executive thereof may make temporary appointments until the next meeting of the legislature, which shall then fill such vacancies. Close parentheses. This is still... all right, that's it. So the next page is a whole new one. So, well, I don't know what happened to it. There we are. Anyway, everybody, we'll continue next time with whatever. I want to thank my callers, thank everyone who tuned in, and I hope everyone enjoyed themselves, learned a few things today. Well, maybe you did about soap. And hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving. Stay warm because it is crisp out there. Like I said, I put my Christmas decorations up the first. Not a whole lot, but I have some. And the cat goes after Fred. He goes after my Santas too when I put those up. But that's all right. He thinks they're toys, his toys. So there you go. If you want to stay tuned, after me, it's rock, paper, hand grenades, I believe it is. I could be wrong. I don't even know. Poor me. There you have it with that. Next week, hopefully I'll have a guest next week. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll have better luck than today's guest not showing up. And I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Again, David B., the readings guy. 603-404-9338. I can be reached there. Free mediumship readings if anyone's interested. You can even pass my info along to other people that might be interested. I'm looking for practice to, sort of brush up on it, shall we say, because I haven't in a while, like I said. You want a nice breakfast Sunday morning, 8 to 11, Derry Salem Elks. Fantastic breakfast, good prices, good wait staff. They're all volunteers. The money goes for good causes. They help, especially this time of year. They gave out free boxes for Thanksgiving. They give out stuff for Christmas, too. Help them out. Anyway, there you have it. Please, I'll see you next Wednesday. 2 things, please, to remember. 1, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. And more importantly, please always remember, you are a winner.